don't come for peace, I come for the storm. Fanboys melt quick when the truth gets warm. Saw content's high, I'm collecting those tears. Just got started, but I'm cutting through fears. I'm not here for brand deals, I'm not for sale. I expose your lies, rip off the veil.
Oh boy, Player Essence just has to try to become a victim like he always wants to do. Tries to act like he never disrespected my parents about halfway through the video. Tries to sit here and act like that I'm just so insignificant even though he's so threatened by me. Well, let's get into the reaction.
Listen, man. The thing about me, guys, is that I am here to give you guys accurate analysis and predictions and discussion based off of facts.
Too bad you can't do that when it comes to debating people. And let's not pretend when it comes to your live stream, you don't sit here and do these live streams to give out the news or to push out facts. Everybody comes here to watch you freak out on people. That's it.
That's what I'm here to do. You want to call that fanboying, you want to call it bootlicking, you can call it whatever you want. But at the end of the day, all these people that are sitting there and saying something against me,
well, fanboying is only saying that you obsess over Nintendo. When I call you a Nintendo fanboy, that means you obsess over Nintendo. When people watch your live streams or watch your long videos, everyone's going to think you obsess over Nintendo, so get over it. Now, when it comes to the bootlicking, no. That's when you sit there and say, for instance, that Mario Kart World is on the $80 is too much, but then you go ahead and buy it. That's what we consider bootlicking.
What have they said that I was wrong on?
You said that the Switch was the best-selling console of all time, which was wrong. The PS2 has outsold it, and the Nintendo DS has outsold it.
I still, to this point, have not seen anything that anybody that I have gotten wrong when it comes to Switch 2.
Well, a broken clock is right twice a day.
Did I not say that it was going to be one of the best launches ever for a Nintendo platform?
You did, but most likely you were wrong about why Japan gets a cheaper console. You tried to make it seem like it was just cheaper to make, but Nintendo's never came out and said the reason. Most likely the reason why that Nintendo gave Japan a cheaper console is because their economy is weak and their money is weak, and they care more about Japan than they do everybody else.
Confirmed. Did I not say that Mario Kart World is going to be a driving force for the game because their previous game sold 70 million?
And no serious person was thinking that game wasn't going to sell. Pretty much everyone knew that game was going to sell. And that's the unfortunate part. You guys are ruining it for everybody else. If you would have held the line, not have bought the game, it would have caused Nintendo to lower the price on that damn game.
Confirmed. Did I not say that Nintendo was going to have Donkey Kong Bonanza was going to look incredible, and when they finally showed off, that's also confirmed at this point.
You might have actually said that, but I can't actually remember or not. But you were wrong when people sit there and say that this game should have been the launch game. You kept saying, no, I disagree with you. It should have been the launch game.
Did I not say that there's going to be a steady flow lineup of games like Switch 1 before the Switch 2 was even dropped? I said they're going to have a steady flow of games.
Well, that is generally how console launches go.
We've got that as well. Everything that I've said has been correct when it comes down to it. Has been correct with it because I go off of...
Yeah, and most of the time I never said that you were incorrect. I said that you were being disingenuous.
Facts. I go off of analysis and data. I don't go off of my personal opinion.
But when you're sitting here trying to prove a point and someone calls you out, then you have to sit here and be disingenuous, take the context out of the facts, and then you know what that is.
Of my emotional, like these guys literally are more emotional than, 16-year-old schoolgirls. You know what I'm saying? Like 16-year-old schoolgirls.
You know, I've never sat there on stream, had a meltdown, calling people out, attacking people's family, and getting all over emotional like you do. That is what you like to do.
Getting dumped at prom or something like that. These are the most emotional men that I've ever seen in my life. Men, more like boys.
I think you're literally just describing yourself. I have seen you freak out on stream multiple times just for you getting criticism. Especially if they call you a fanboy. You get all triggered and you lose control.
Little dudes in my life. They sit there and get over emotional about what they think is right or wrong about gaming. And then anybody who gives them actual facts and information and has information based off of that, they sit there and call them names. That's what these people do.
No, because you've never given me facts like you said. You sit there and talk a lot of nonsense to make yourself seem like you're correct like you did in the debate. But no, you didn't give me any facts. Prime gave me the facts.
Because they're not actual analysts. They're not actual real people that know anything about gaming. They're just people who happen to just have a camera and mic and decided to start talking into one.
That is literally you. You have no idea what you're talking about half the damn time. No serious person in the gaming industry even takes you seriously. I don't see them calling you up to sit here and ask you questions.
Without actually putting in the work to analyze the industry and the market. All they're doing is just looking at what they like or what they don't like.
My guy, you've been acting like you've been doing news for an extremely long time. I looked at your videos about 9-10 months ago is when you really started to sometimes do the news. You didn't start doing only news stuff until recently, probably because you realize how much easier it is. You get all your information on one website. It wouldn't surprise me if you just write up a script from that, or you have somebody else do it, or you have AI do it. It wouldn't surprise me. I have no idea how you write your scripts, but obviously, you sit here and get your news from one section, so you probably realize how much easier it is compared to the other videos that you were making. Like, yeah, those top 25 stuff, those take a long time to make.
And imprinting their opinion and projecting what they want you to feel.
That's pretty much what you do. You sit there and take facts, which is true. You do take a lot of facts, but you take the context out of them and use them to prove your narrative.
They're not actually giving you guys real data and analysis, because if that's the case, they would have actually told you beforehand that the Switch 2 was going to have the biggest launch, one of the biggest launches that we've ever seen.
You could sit here and say that you knew that was going to happen. You didn't know if it was going to happen or not. Yeah, there is some common sense involved. When you look at the previous system, you would think that the console launch is going to sell pretty well, but that's just pure speculation on your part. Nobody actually knew if it was going to sell that way. You happen to be correct. Good job. Would you like a brownie button? But unfortunately, you have no chest to pin it on.
They're sitting there making fun of me, telling me, I'm calling me names and saying all this stuff. But did you guys say that the Switch 2 was going to have the biggest launch, or one of the biggest launches?
I mean, that's completely irrelevant, so that doesn't even matter. And you keep referring to everybody that's calling you names. I'm the only one recently that's actually been calling you names, supposedly. I'm the only one that's really been making content. There have been some people, but I've been making the majority of the content about you as of late. And the only thing I call you was a fanboy. And it's not my fault that you don't know how to crack open a dictionary, read what a definition of a fanboy is. Okay, a fanboy is only something that obsesses over a certain thing. So me calling you a Nintendo fanboy means you obsess over Nintendo. No one's gonna think that you do not do that. You need to grow up and be a man for once.
Or did I say that? I'm the one who said that, not you. I said that.
And I don't really think anybody cares that you said it was gonna be a huge successful launch. You got lucky on that prediction.
And that's because I'm going off of information that we have, factual data and information that we had.
Yeah, and if you would use some actual factual information, you would have been honest on why it did so well. That's the problem. You sit here and make those claims like, oh, congratulating it on how well it does, but you never sit there and really give the reasoning. When you look at Japan, most likely the two biggest markets right now for Nintendo that's going to that pre-ordered the most is probably going to be America, and it's probably going to be Japan. But when you look at Japan, of course they would sit there and sell so many pre-orders when they created a gaming welfare system there and made everybody else subsidize it. Then you come over to America, there were a lot of people that were panic buying because they were worried about the tariffs going up. I've had numerous people in my comment section saying that they were eventually going to buy one, but they chose to buy one at launch because they were afraid that the tariffs were going to make it go up even more.
What they should do is that you guys should stop emotionally imprinting your audience and stop projecting, stop sitting there and acting all crazy about video games, and tell your audience the truth.
My guy, that is literally stuff that you do. All you have to do is watch your live streams. Like I've said before, I'm probably one of the few people that actually watch your live streams all the way through, so I know what I'm talking about when it comes to you.
Tell your audience what's actually going down. Stop acting like everything needs to be some type of, oh, I hate them for this. Tell the audience what the truth is.
I have always told my audience what the truth is. I give my opinion based upon that. And I sat there and said many a times, my opinion changes based upon new information coming forward.
Stop acting. So tell the audience the truth. So when they come to you with these videos of people that know more than you,
my guy, stop acting like you know so damn much. You don't remember really anything. You're good at reading off of a script, but you're horrible at retaining the information. Because if you could retain that information, if you knew all this stuff you say you knew, you would have been able to spit facts in that debate without prime.
You don't sit there and act like, oh, well, of course it's gonna sell. Then why didn't you say that beforehand? Then why didn't you tell your audience the truth?
I always tell my audience the truth. I sat there and said that I didn't think it was going to be a Wii U situation. I thought it was going to be more like a 3DS situation. I thought it was going to sell about 80 million units.
These people are liars. That's all it comes down to. They're liars, they're disingenuous, and they don't want to tell their fans the truth about something.
You have no room to talk about anybody being disingenuous. And I cut out a section because he was talking about another YouTuber, and I'm not going to let him do that on my own channel. So that's not going to happen. Now, I know he's mainly referring to another damn YouTuber, but he's also referring to me at the same time because he keeps saying people that are making videos on him as of lately, and I'm really the only one that ever has.
I don't care if I like a product or not. I'm going to tell you guys the truth. I'm going to tell you guys how I feel, and I'm going to analyze it that type of way. I don't have to like something.
Yes, but your opinion doesn't mean anything. When you sit there and say, for instance, oh, the $80 price tag is too high, and then still go out and buy it, regardless if you got it in a bundle or not, it's still going to contribute to the total sale of that game. Your opinion, your words mean nothing.
See, Tails Doll says, did your parents also raise you to disrespect other people's family members? When did I disrespect other people's family members?
You disrespected mine. You disrespected that one who called you a fanboy. You also disrespected Dezires.
And if I disrespected your family member, that's because you did something to me first.
Well, it doesn't matter if you got disrespected or not. Just because you were called a name doesn't mean you should cross the line and attack people's family members or disrespect them. That is completely wrong. You know, because he's going to go on and later say, oh, I was called a name and everything. You know, being called a fanboy is completely different than attacking someone's family.
So if I say anything back to you, it's because you said something to me first. So my parents taught me to, if somebody throws a rock at you, throw a bigger rock back at them.
Earlier in this stream, you said that you were raised with dignity. So how is that being raised with any type of dignity? Okay, it's one thing if someone attacked your parents or your family, then you went after them, but you were literally called a fanboy. No one sat there and attacked you like that. You just sit here and take such great disrespect to being called a fanboy, something that you need to get over. You know, you are 50 years old. You know better than that, especially at your age.
So I don't just be disrespecting people's family members out of nowhere.
Yes, you do.
So if you do something stupid or say something stupid to me, I'll say something back to you.
It would be one thing if you would just call him a name back, but no, you went overboard. You overstepped the line.
But I ain't just disrespecting nobody's family out of nowhere. So you got something else to add to that or no?
Everybody can see what you're doing. You're trying to sit there and make it seem like you're better. You're trying to save face in front of all your fans, make it seem like, oh, I don't stoop down that low. I'm just a victim. Poor little me, Player Essence.
Nobody disrespect. I don't recall saying anything about his, I don't know his family members.
So someone just sat there and made a comment to him, calling his ass out for sitting here disrespecting my family members, and he's trying to play all high and mighty like, oh, I don't remember. Of course you don't, because you talk so much nonsense you don't retain anything. You're so full of it. You know damn well you sat there and brought up my parents and you brought up my wife. You're full of it.
Dude, I'm not talking about some bum YouTuber, bro. Like some small bum. Ain't nobody disrespect anything. So...
Oh, yes, you did. And I ain't no bum YouTuber anymore. I got over 1,000 subscribers now. Thank you very much.
Just go away, man. Ain't nobody disrespect nothing.
Oh, yes, you did. And I'm definitely not a bum anymore because I'm in the top 6% of YouTubers. It is estimated that only 6% of YouTubers actually become monetized, and I am one of them.
He disrespected me. So let's just keep that in mind first. He was first with the disrespect. So keep that in mind.
Calling your ass out doesn't mean I was disrespecting you. I sat there and proved that you were disingenuous. If you don't like it, then maybe you should learn how to act right.
With all due respect to OJ and Peeps in the stream, but I'm not sure why we harp on these dumb grifters and other content creators.
I agree.
I don't want to call Peeps out.
Player Essence, he's only acting like this because he's threatened by me. Have you noticed how much his tone has changed since someone brought me up? Oh yeah, he's definitely very threatened to my existence.
But we don't need to bring these people back up every stream.
I agree.
It's fun at times, but much.
They only bring us up because you sit there and acknowledge it. If you don't want them to bring it up, just ignore it. Be like, nope, we're not going to talk about this and move on. That's all you have to do. But your ego can't handle it.
I agree. We don't need to constantly bring up these weirdos in every single stream. Like, I agree. Like,
well, guess what? They don't care what you want. You can want one hand and shit in the other. If you don't like it, stop streaming.
We need to chill on that, man. Like, there's no need for me to be constantly bringing up these people. These people, once again, they constantly, this is what they do. This just bottom tier slop type content. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nah, you got it confused. I think that's your channel. You're the one that has like bottom tier news channel. Most people don't really care about your news. A lot of people come to watch, especially your live streams, just so they can see you freak out and get all triggered and over emotional.
We don't really need to be bringing them up every single time. So if y'all can chill on that, that'd be good. You know what I'm saying? And like this Tails doll, which is definitely just a sock account.
He says that pretty much about anybody that calls him out.
Bringing up this stupid robot that we already cooked.
Prime did. If Prime wasn't there to spit the facts, me and you would have went around and around in circles over the price of the damn game.
We already cooked this, dude. It's over with, man. I ain't bringing up no damn ugly ass robot.
Better looking than you. I have the coolest avatar on YouTube, so you better put some respect on my avatar's name.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that got absolutely obliterated in the debate. We already did that.
We? Who is we?
He disrespected me first. He started calling me names first.
Oh yes, because I called you a fanboy, that means, oh, I need to sit here and talk crap about his parents and talk crap about his wife because I can't stand to let somebody call me a fanboy.
So don't get mad when you get roundhouse kicked.
You didn't roundhouse kick me. Do you realize that I'm severely benefiting from all this? I have grown so much just because of you. You will always be one of my main contents now.
Okay, when somebody says something back to you, when he's calling names and he's starting it with me, I have no idea who he was.
Again, I called you a fanboy. See, you are lucky that me and you will never debate again, because for me to debate you, I would have to go to a whole nother level that I don't really want to go to, because I have found out so much information about you. You, my friend, well, not even really you're my friend. We will never be friends, but my guy, you are a complete idiot. The amount of personal information that you have told about yourself, and you're going to sit there and continue to run your mouth about somebody who literally is going to do this for a living, that I'm going to make salt content exposing salty fanboys like you. You are a freaking idiot. I know so much about you now coming from your own mouth. I could literally finish you off and send your ass to the Shadow Realm.
So stop sitting here trying to white knight for him. He ain't gonna sleep with you, okay? So,
which is very true. I'm a married man after all.
So cut the cap, leave me alone.
If you want to stop, all you have to do is keep your mouth shut. They will stop bringing it up, but they continue to bring me up because you continue reacting. You're giving them what they want. How are you 50 years old and you don't know this yet?
And also being wrong and disingenuous and manipulating and lying. That's all they do to their audience, is just lie and manipulate. So I'm good, bro. Stop bringing these crusty people up.
Can you please explain how I've lied? I mean, we are still all waiting. I love how you always say I'm lying. You always say I'm being disingenuous. You sit there and say that I take what you say out of context. Why don't you just prove it? That's one of the easiest things to prove. So it's either two things. Number one, you're full of it, or number two, you're just too lazy to do it.
You know, we already cooked them. We cooked them in the debate.
Prime did, but I would love to see you debate somebody else where you have to stand on your own. That would be very interesting.
It's over with, bro. This will be the last time. I ain't really gonna say it no more.
That's not true. You will sit here and continue to talk about me. Literally in over 3 weeks, there's only been one live stream where you did not talk about me.
Don't be bringing up none of these guys. One of them ran away like a little baby, was scared from a debate. He don't want to debate because he's a chump.
There's no reason to debate you. They're not going to get nothing out of it if they choose to debate. You can't be civil. When you choose to debate people, you're supposed to be civil, have a civilized debate, but unfortunately, you don't even know what that means.
We already established this. The other dude, we absolutely obliterated in the debate. There ain't nothing else left to say.
Not by you. At least I was man enough to take on 2 people at once. You won't even take on 1 person by yourself.
Stop bringing up the same people.
Stop reacting to it. This is literally something that you're told when you are a child. When people like pick on you or something, you're like, oh, just ignore them, they'll stop. You literally are told this as a child. How are you 50 and you do not know? The more you respond to them, the more they're going to keep doing it.
We already cooked both of them. One of them don't want the smoke because he's a complete moron. The other one is a moron and decided to actually come get the smoke and got absolutely manhandled.
Not by you. Why do you always continue to keep trying to rewrite history?
Yeah, obsessed, Epic Lobster, obsessed. After he got absolutely spanked, he's got to sit there and manipulate people. He's got to manipulate and continue to manipulate. So but nobody's watching this crusty ass channel.
How do I manipulate? Can you please explain how this is so easy for you to do? All you have to do is make a video, but you won't do it because you're scared. And you know what? Enough people watched me to where I got over 1,000 subscribers. Enough people watched me to where I got over 4,000 watch hours. I'm monetized just like you.
So I ain't watching. Nobody's watching. We all know he's a liar. He's a liar and disingenuous. So ain't nobody watching that.
Why don't you prove it? If I am such a liar and such disingenuous, why don't you prove it?
Like I said, in a few years, he's going to be off YouTube anyway. I mean, guys like that never make it very far on YouTube. They end up just getting tired or bored and, you don't ever really make any money doing that type of stuff. At least most people don't.
And you see, he's always constantly moving the goalpost. Before he's like, oh, he's never going to make any money. Oh, he's never gonna become relevant. Now he knows I'm going to become relevant. So now he's like, oh, well, he's going to be done in 2 to 3 years because he's probably going to get bored. Most people don't really make this kind of money doing this stuff. Trust me. There are people that do similar content that I do. There are reactionary channels in different niches or even in the same niche that do really well, make really good money. This guy is just coping. He doesn't like the fact that he's getting called out, and he doesn't like the fact that I'm going to become more successful than he'll ever be. Well, that's it for my reaction. Let me know down in the comments if you agree with me or not. Please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, stay vigilant.
You can cry in the comments, but you won't survive. Like and subscribe if you feel that vibe. We're